Yeah, we outside with it.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to an episode of the Gen TV podcast. As always, your boy Ease.
Hey, Wonder Saul Sky.
And before we get into our very, very special guest, just make sure y'all hit that like button. It means a lot to us. It really helps the podcast out. It helps us grow. It just helps us. And it's free.
It is.
It's free. But to get to our guest today, we got a returning guest who, you haven't been out here in quite a minute, I'd say. He used to go by King Dudes, but now I guess he's reached new pinnacles in his life, so he goes by God Mo Dudes. Some people may call it blasphemous, but what the fuck do we know?
What's going on,
Well, actually,
dudes?
we got two. Hold up. We've officially got two guys in here.
Really?
We got A1, the Sauce God.
Okay.
And we got God Mo Dudes.
Two deities.
No, see, I fucked it up.
Just keep going. Keep going. He's a little nervous. He ain't been out here in a minute. It's all right, though.
He said, I fucked it up.
Yeah. But it happens. But we all just got back from Texas. We went a little, we did a little road trip in Texas. So how's it feel to be back, guys? How was reality?
Reality hit fucking hard as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That shit hit like a ton of bricks. Like, I don't know why, but whenever I go on vacation and come back, it's like this little slight depression that hits as soon as I get back home. Like, as soon as I'm on the highway home, I'm like, fuck, I gotta go. I gotta come back to this shit, real
How you
life.
feeling, dudes?
I'm feeling good to be back. It was great to be on vacation, but it's also great to be home.
Yeah, but you get homesick quite easily, right, when you're on vacation?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah. Dudes love being home.
Yeah, you a homebody for real.
Being downstairs in the dungeon on that game, man.
See, I feel the same way, bro. Anytime I come back from vacation, I always get this like mini depression right after. Right. And once I realized about how dopamine works, I really figured out why. It's because like, when you're on vacation, you're getting so much dopamine hits because obviously you have less responsibilities, you're having a good time. Yeah. And then when you come back to reality, that dopamine goes dry.
You're on a dopamine high the entire time,
It's kind of like kicking heroin for like a week. It's like pretty much,
bro. And the bills, they keep coming. Like they don't even take a break. Like, nigga, chill, bro. I just got back from vacay. Nah, as soon as you touch down, nigga, the withdraw.
They don't care if you got it or not, but they know they got it.
So let's get into it. So we went to Texas.
Yeah,
we did a little mini road trip. We hit pretty much all the big cities in Texas. So let's go one by one. So the first city that we went to was Austin, Texas. What y'all think about Austin, Texas?
Austin was Austin. Austin was Austining.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Like, there's a reason why it's the fucking capital.
Big shout outs to Austin, Texas, man. They showed us a lot more. It was a little young for my taste, but still fire.
Austin did feel a little young, and it wasn't as diverse as I thought.
I was gonna say that.
Austin, what I gotta say, was probably the whitest town that we went to in Texas. Not even that many Mexicans either. It was just like definitely
a lot more white people. Yeah. What they say, like whites and Indians were there or something like that. But like
Native American?
Nah, like like Indian.
Okay.
Indians.
Red Dot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, Indians. So like there was primarily there, but for the most part, like I don't know, Austin, I feel like it depends on what you want to go for. But Austin is definitely like a top tier city,
it was definitely top tier.
Yeah, because the first thing we did in Austin, I remember, is went to that what's the name of that barbecue spot?
Franklin's.
So
Yeah.
we went to Franklin's. We waited about I think it was 23 hours. The line was
36
hours. Right? We pretty much spent a week just on the line in Franklin's, which is our first authentic barbecue, I would say, right?
Right.
Dudes, was Franklin's worth it?
Was Franklin's worth the wait? To me, I'm gonna say no.
Yo, these guys been ragging on Franklin since we went there. Franklin's is good, bro.
Yo, so here's the thing about Franklin's, right? It's good. It's not a 2-hour wait good.
Right.
That's my only issue with Franklin's.
I would say it's worth it.
Worst potato salad I've ever had.
The sides were mid.
Mid is generous.
No,
mid is generous.
The sides were mid, I would say, but
bad.
it was worth the wait for me. I think like the tenderness and the flavor that you get from the meat, that I haven't tasted meat like that. Yes, it's a 2-hour wait.
You haven't tasted meat like that?
Hey, yo.
How you like your meat?
you know, just a little less hard, you know. I like my shit on soft. But
I spent about $130 on a fucking beef short rib.
Beef rib. Yeah. I don't know why you went through with that, bro. I would have been like, nah, y'all could.
The transaction was already there and my money was fresh.
Y'all could put that motherfucker back on the cow, nigga. Like, I don't need that shit. Nah, but I think the meat was really good, honestly. Like, I think it was a good introduction into what like Southern barbecue is supposed to be, you know. And I've been looking forward to tasting it.
Like I said, it was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
Right.
Good being the operative word.
Yo, it was it's an experience. I think it's something that everyone does when they go to Austin.
Right.
Like, there was a lot. We met people from fucking Switzerland
in
line
for sure.
Like it's like definitely one of those like tourist hotspots in Austin. Like, so if you go there, do it. Me personally, like I've grown up on like I guess what I think barbecue should taste like, and then just that didn't live up to the hype for me.
No, for sure.
Barbecue to me is like I like when the barbecue sauce is on the meat.
Right.
I like my meat glazed.
But that's not Southern barbecue. Like we went through it where it's like it's Southern barbecue is dry rub. That's the reason why. That's the difference between us and them in a sense, you know. Like if you put barbecue sauce on it, it just covers up the flavor that the dry rub does.
It doesn't have to be barbecue sauce per se, but some kind of sauce will do. And you don't have to smother it either. You could paint it. You can spritz it up there.
But then what would be the point of the dry rub?
You just put it on top of the dry rub.
Add more flavor.
Yeah.
Dry rub is nothing but mad salt.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's where the flavor comes from.
Yeah, but if you want
the whole point of tasting,
I wanted teriyaki, or let's say I didn't want teriyaki, or if I wanted the barbecue, or maybe just some slap your mama. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that's why it gives you the options to do what you want. Whether you want teriyaki, whether you want barbecue sauce, whether you want hot sauce.
I think they should give you the option to get your barbecue with the barbecue sauce.
That would be.
I think that'd make it better. You feel me?
That would be interesting.
You can get a dry rub, or you can get with the sauce on it. I think that would solve everybody's issues. Because I'm not gonna lie, that was the most tender meat I've ever had.
Right.
Big pause. But like the actual texture of the meat there is crazy. Like it melts in your mouth. You know? Like real juicy, like real tasty. I don't think the flavor was there for me, but I think it's because it's missing the sauce. But like I said, I like when my barbecue's cooked with sauce.
No, for sure. I mean, like I said, I kind of had like a mini introduction into that when, like I said, when I went to New Orleans, I asked for like barbecue shrimp because I never heard of it, so I wanted to try something different. And when they brought it out to me, it was literally shrimp with dry rub on it, and I was like, well, what the fuck is this? But then I tasted it, and it was good. So when I went there, I had the knowledge that like it's not gonna come with barbecue sauce. No, it's just gonna come with the dry rub up there. When you watch like videos on the internet with people doing barbecue, they never put the sauce on it. It's usually like a dry rub that they're talking about, and they're smoking the meat in a dry rub. Sometimes people put the sauce up there, but like you know, it's primarily a dry rub. So for me, it wasn't that much of a difference. Or it wasn't that much of a killer. To me, it was like okay, like I get to actually taste like dry rub. Like I wanted to taste
that raw meat.
I wanted to actually taste the meat. You feel me?
All right, I mean, like I said, I thought it was good. I thought it was real tender. The flavor was lacking for me. Right. I don't think, was it worth the 2-hour wait? Nah.
I thought
Would I do it again? Would you do it again?
I would not do it again.
I'd let you stay in line. I'll spin the block when you start turning.
That's crazy. I'm gonna just eat my flavorless meat. You know, I could go wherever I want.
To be honest, it wasn't flavorless, but it wasn't as flavorful as I would have imagined.
Okay.
Now, what was a good experience for me from this place was sitting in line was actually a great experience. We got to talk, we got to bullshit, we got to meet new people in the line.
For sure.
And we even got to sign one of the rafters.
Where you'll see Gen TV podcast has been there. So definitely if you see that, take a picture, send it to us. We'd be very happy to see it.
And one thing I did like, they know that their lines are long, so they do give you like chairs outside.
They got lawn chairs out.
Yeah, they got lawn chairs.
It's a little vibe.
Right.
Yo, it'd be really enjoyable if it wasn't 155 degrees
that's the
outside.
problem.
You know what I mean?
That was the killer, you know, like it was just like really hot outside and it was like draining. But they also got water outside too, which I think like a lot of places don't accommodate. Like places like that are famous, they don't accommodate their customers like that, you know. Well, their line be around the block and then they just got niggas just standing up outside, you know, whereas this place, it has like probably like 100 lawn chairs just sitting there chilling.
Most places like that, they're usually like, yo, you're lucky we're even letting you come here.
For real.
We're that good. You know what I mean?
And they had a good host too. Like
I'll tell you what, the customer service was really good.
The customer service was
that lady
amazing.
that stands out in line and just talks to you, kind of preps you. Like she She's really. What was her title, yo?
The meat counter or something like that.
The meat regulator,
meat connoisseur. What was it?
Something like that.
Something provocative. Yeah. Something provocative.
Yeah, something was in its title, but no, I think it was a good experience. I would go back. I think it was a great time.
I think we're missing something. We the wait was a really good part. I'm not saying I would like to wait any more than we actually did, but the wait was cool. Along with the smoke room. It was hot as shit in there.
Bro,
but they
I don't know how those people work in there. Yo.
It was hot as hell in there. They have, and the smokers were like the size of a tanker on the highway.
For real.
Them smokers were humongous.
And they had like what, 4 to 5, 6 maybe?
I think there were 6 of them in there.
Like
and they were each at least 25 feet long.
You're right. And they said the room gets like 120 degrees or something like that.
I think it was more than that, bro.
They
might have said 140.
Bro, the amount like you instantly, like outside is hot. And you feel the heat outside, but you walk in there, it's like it's like a sauna,
Yo,
room.
That Texas heat is no joke.
You're
And I'm from a hot country.
Right.
You feel me? Like I'm from somewhere where it's hot. But Texas heat is different.
Nah, for sure.
Bro, the people that work outside in Texas, like that have outside jobs, I don't know how they're not dropping like flies. There would be I would imagine there'd be people just dead every day, just
from heat exhaustion,
outside.
bro.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Yo, you get tired just standing out there.
Yo, dead ass, bro. There were times where I was standing up sweating, sitting down sweating.
Didn't we go through about 2.5 cases of water?
That's the one thing about if you're in Texas or you're visiting Texas for the first time, buy your jugs of water early. Mm-hmm. You're gonna fly through them.
You're gonna need them, and you're gonna drink them back to back.
No, for sure. Like, I don't know. I think we did a good job at being prepared overall for the trip. You know, like making sure that we had the water on deck, making sure that we were always that had the 8 car running with AC. And a lot of places like had AC for the most part. I feel like the AC wasn't busting though. No. But at least it was cooler than like.
But I'll tell you what though, if you're in Austin and you want to cool off, check out Barton Springs, man. That shit was dope. I know you missed it.
Yeah, I missed it.
Me and Dudes went, man. That was like such a dope experience. Like that was like one of the nice like river/pool situations I've ever been to. Like the water was so refreshing.
It was, and that started off a phrase that I kept saying to myself over and over the whole trip. And I'm sorry, Connecticut, but Connecticut could never.
Yeah, actually, right. Anytime we saw something good in Texas, like yo, Connecticut could never.
Bro, they had turtles in the swimming pool. They had zebra clams, all that because it was actually a pool that was built in the way of a river.
Yeah.
So the river actually runs through the pool.
Wait, so they actually have turtles, like live turtles in there?
Yes, there are live turtles and zebra clams and probably frogs in there as well.
No, for sure.
Yo, most importantly, they have titties.
Oh, God, yes, the titties were
Bro, that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
If you go to Barton Springs in Austin, be prepared to see titties.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Really?
Pleasant surprise.
We caught about 6 titties while we were there. Totally new. Now, this was a family environment. There were children. There were old people, there were young people, there were black, white, Asian, and Hispanic. And there were titties.
So it's funny. So me and him were we were waiting to go on a diving board, right? Because they got a diving board over there. Which for some fucking reason they have like professional divers that show up there and that makes everybody looks like ass.
Really?
Didn't care for that. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to do a cannonball. This dude's doing like a fucking triple sea salt kangaroo. You know what I mean? Like,
how deep is this fucking pool shit?
It's deep.
Really?
Yeah, certain parts of it's real deep. You could you could stand in certain parts.
Okay.
It gets about 10 feet.
Damn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yo, I'm in line with dudes, right? And we're just chilling. And then I look to my left, cause my spidey senses tell me, look to your left, bro.
Your titty sensors.
And I'm like, oh shit, like titties, nice titties.
All right.
Cause usually when you go to like these type of places where they're kind of more free, it's usually a bunch of old saggy
people,
titties.
yeah.
Right? I'm talking about these were in their prime titties.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, bro. But me and him aren't trying to make it hot because nobody else is really acknowledging this.
Yeah,
and we're
for
like,
sure.
yo, what's up? Like,
and this is like a normal thing. Like it must be normal if like no one is paying attention to it.
So I'm like, all right, they must be European.
Okay.
Because there was like, 2 women. All right, man, they must be European. This is their type of, European people, they be done their own time.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, all right, fluke, right? Fluke.
Right.
Whatever. So me and him, I do my cannonball. This guy does a jackknife or something.
Whatever it was.
What you do, straight up and straight down?
Yeah. When I actually was jumping, I caught the diving board at a weird angle, and I'm just lucky that my knees didn't do the Rick Roll. When I hit the water, I was yelling, and I almost drowned.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
When I came down. Nah, I missed all of that, bro.
So we see dudes, those two, right? So me and him dive, we're chilling, we're swimming around, you know what I'm saying? We're frolicking, doing all that shit, right? So then we're walking, like again, bro, I'm like, I see some Indian titties. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Is it like
man?
against the religion to be nude or some shit? Like,
I don't know, bro. I mean, she's probably Americanized, right?
Right.
But I'm like, yo, once I'm peeping, I don't know, like my senses is going off. I'm like, bro, another pair.
But like, are there signs posted like people may be nude here?
No,
really.
Nothing.
And let's put this into perspective. This pool was massive.
Yeah.
It was massive.
Really?
We'll try to put a clip in of the thing.
And for the amount of people that were there, and it still wasn't full. There were, by the end of the night, when everybody got out of the pool, we were all like up against the bank, and there was this hill. There were
beautiful.
There had to be at least 1,000 people there.
Really?
At least.
From the videos, it looked like there's barely anyone there. But
that's how big it is. It's one of those things that's so huge. Like if like there could be like 300 people there, it's gonna look dead.
It's gonna look dead.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. But then you guys said there were kids there, so they had fucking their titties out with kids.
Yeah, bro.
Families,
but you know
kids,
how like like the new movement is like we're trying to desexualize breasts and all that other stuff. So I don't know if that's the kind of time they're on. Mm-hmm. And it's like they're still sexualized to me, so I'm looking. You feel me? Like,
shout out to the No Bra Club, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm a big supporter.
Free the titties.
Free the titties.
Yo, then I think we saw another pair after that. I think eventually we just asked somebody, like, yo, what's going on here, man?
Yeah. Is this normal?
Yeah.
Oh,
what do you mean by that? Like,
we're not from here either. Damn, ain't nobody from here either way. The titties were nice. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
So that was a plus. So if you're in Austin, check that out.
These guys were doubting my swimming skills. They thought I copped out because I couldn't swim.
To this day, we don't think
100% sure that you can't swim because you didn't show up.
I'm a beast of a swimmer, man. We gotta cut that out.
Yeah. No one's ever seen you swimming. You have no sources.
All right, cool.
Talk a big game, my boy.
Yeah, maybe you guys will be able to see these amazing skills next time.
Yeah, okay.
I did actually feel the need to prove that I knew how to swim. This dude's
black
like
people can't swim.
Huh?
Being that black people can't swim.
I don't know. I don't know. In my own head, I just figured that somebody might have had some doubts. This dude's moving all gracefully. He's swimming to the other side of the pool, doing all this shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I almost died on the swim though. I'm not gonna lie.
You were winded?
I literally almost died, bro. I was like reaching for the rail.
Yeah, man. The swim was definitely exhausting, but they did have some lifeguards on deck. Shout out to the lifeguards too. Really good looking lifeguards.
Yeah, they must have like 10 lifeguards in.
Yeah, no,
they were a bunch of them.
It's like fully staffed though.
Really?
I mean, there's like a $5 entry fee. Actually, no, it's like $10 if you're. It might have been more. I think it was like $10 to $15 if you're not from Austin.
Okay.
Obviously, I lied.
Yeah,
Said I was from there, so I only
Austin.
paid $5.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
Which is honestly, which brings me to my next point, which we'll get into later down. Yo, Texas is so reasonably priced.
Oh God, yes.
Yo,
I feel like
minus Houston.
Minus Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Minus Houston. But what did I say? Where there's niggas, there's inflation.
Okay.
There's a nigga tax on items whenever there's enough black people around. But when we landed in Austin, like I think not to fast forward this thing too much, but like we realized that these people do not know how much they can actually charge for things.
Yeah.
Like we were getting rounds and rounds and it would come up to like what, $30? Like
Y'all remember I think I ordered like a round of drinks one time. I'm like, bro, I don't think they put the shit in.
Right. You think you got them, but not knowing that they're fully aware of the shit. But going back to that, it's like, okay, like it makes sense. Now looking back on the trip, that it will be priced at like $5, you know?
Right.
Yo, I tried to go to a local pool in Bristol, Connecticut, right?
Right.
Like it's a little pool, right, for kids and all that shit, right? Nothing big, average size pool, right? Bristol, Connecticut, nowhere Connecticut, essentially, right?
Essentially.
Chlorinated, no river.
Yo, it was $20.
That sounds about right, bro.
Yeah.
Holy hell!
I turned right back around though. I'm like, yo, dude, It's like I don't even know how to describe the stupidity that Connecticut runs on.
I don't understand it, bro. I feel like they run off like the New York and primarily the New York mentality where like they want to upcharge and charge for everything. Bro.
Well,
like,
we are considered one of the wealthiest states, Greenwich.
Yeah.
Greenwich is keeping that reputation afloat.
Right?
Yes, it is.
Because everywhere else is a fucking shithole. Like, but I think, but that doesn't surprise me that like that pool would charge you $20 for it because like most of the beaches around here are like you gotta pay.
Bro, you can't even go to a fucking beach for free in Connecticut. That's how bad things are here. Like,
right.
It's like
they
try to get you in every possible way. Man.
And it's not even nice beaches. Like
they're not.
The beaches are okay. Like they're decent, but like
they're shitty. They're shitty beaches.
They are pretty
and
shitty.
Minus Ocean Beach is the best beach.
That's
in
the one I was thinking about.
Because that's actually an ocean where you have in New Haven, you got that sound. That filthy ass sound. The water is slimy and hot.
Bro, that's like the fucking ocean or the water from The Simpsons, like where they got like mutated frogs.
For real, you fucking
man.
come out there with a crack addiction, with a heroin addiction coming from that pool, or from that beach.
We actually touched on the $5 portion where we graced our presence, you know. But then there was a free section that was fenced off.
Yeah, true that.
The free section was lit.
Really?
Lit. There were bitches. there were all sorts of people.
Drugs.
There was drugs. There were dogs.
There were pit bulls.
There were pit bulls in that motherfucker swimming in that motherfucker. It was so lit on the other side of the fence, and all I could think was, damn, if I was over there, it'd be cool. But I'm over here chilling though.
Right.
It was like music.
That's where the party was.
There was music playing. Like you could cook out right there. Because the part you pay for, you really can't. You can't bring alcohol. You can't bring shit.
Really.
But the other side, which is free, I mean, you just gotta like walk across it. There's mad people there. It's not as deep though. That's the only thing I would say is the downside of it. But like that's where like the party's at.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I bet honestly, I think that's where probably the local Austin people go.
Probably.
And then, like the touristies go to this side.
Which is a dope idea, you know, for them to have like a river that runs into like a swimming pool kind of thing. But I don't know. I feel like I'd be more inclined to swim in that big, but to get me to swim in, like people be going swimming in Lakewood, I could never do that.
Oh,
bro.
hell no.
I could never do that shit.
Oh,
Lakewood got way too many bodies.
Y'all better than me.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you swim in Lakewood?
I swim in Lakewood.
Really?
I swim in Lakewood one time.
Bro, I'm out the mud.
Man, nigga, I never dipped my toes in Lakewood.
Okay, man. I was around some bougie dudes.
The whirlpools are legendary in Lakewood. You don't know when they're gonna catch a body, but they will.
Shit, I haven't been in Lakewood Beach mad times. I took my kids there.
That's crazy.
But yo, you know what's I can think. What's the last thing on? 6th Street.
6th Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6th Street on Austin. Definitely lit, but we're in our 30s, so not exactly for us. I feel if you're like a college kid,
right,
or like in your early 20s, 6th Street is for you.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't quite say that. I wouldn't go that far because I feel like it's a good time. It is definitely on the younger side for
or maybe
sure.
where we just went.
Right, yeah. I would say where we just went because 6th Street has enough bars there where I think the second bar that we went into, which was we got there like 10 minutes before it closed. Yeah. There were like older people there, like more people more our age there. Whereas like the other spot was definitely like not teens, but like 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds there. But I think 6th Street is just like a cleaner version of
Bourbon Street
to me. Like I think it's like a more
comparable. Like, there's enough like. One thing I really love about like party places like that is like when they have a bunch of bars and clubs in the same street where I don't have to get in my car and go to the next spot where it's like you just have unlimited options. Like, another place that has something similar is Ybor Street in Tampa. Okay. Where it's just like, it's condensed. It's just like a bunch of areas you can go and have a good time without like having to drive another 10 minutes. You feel me?
It's like where everyone eats, like
it's the watering hole.
No, for sure.
I was pleasantly surprised when we didn't even hit the street yet. We were in a parking garage and we look over and we see rooftop party after rooftop party after rooftop party, and all of them were filled with people
jumping. Everyone.
Everywhere was jumping. The ground level was jumping. Everywhere was jumping.
The streets were
we
packed.
couldn't miss. We could not miss.
But I think it was a much more our age version of Mardi Gras because like we're not fucking bombarding through people. Like you're not fucking like getting your shoes stepped on and you're sweaty and you're nasty as like Mardi Gras is. Whereas like this one, it was like super clean. Like it was really like for old folks. Like
no. See, I think for the old folks, which is a crazy thing to say, is I said the Domain.
The Domain
is definitely, I think, for an older crowd.
That's for like 40, 50, girl. I'm talking about like the 30.
Nah, bro, because at the Domain, I feel like it was more people our age when we went there.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like the age group area was like more leaning towards like the 40 spectrum.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
You thought there was that many old heads in there?
No, you could see it, bro. There was a lot of like older women there. There was a lot of older men.
I might not be able to see it because I'm just looking at people that look at me now. Like, we look the same.
Right. Yeah, this is definitely my age group right here. Yep.
Nah, but it was leaning towards like the 40-year-old like area. There definitely were people our age though, for sure. There were people
Let's
our
acknowledge
age.
the reason why Austin felt so young to us.
Yeah.
You got the University of Texas that was in Austin. And you also got Baylor University that's not too far away.
Okay.
So there is college kids everywhere.
Right.
But not to say that it wasn't like too weird. There were a couple of people our age and everybody conducted themselves as if they were older.
Right.
Everybody conducted themselves as if they had something to lose.
Yo, can we talk about that funny situation that happened to you when we were at the Domain? When you met that military girl?
That was fucking nuts, bro. That was nuts. So all right, so there was this girl sitting next to me, right? And I think it was Dudes that pointed it out that like, all right, she kept looking over at me. So I decided to talk to her and
drop the Riz.
Chatted her up. I did a good fucking job at it.
Yeah, you had her.
Yeah, for sure.
You had her.
So I'm thinking like the thing is in a bag, right? Yeah. So we ended up going over to like there's a spot across the street called Kung Fu something or the other.
Kung Fu, right?
Kung Fu Arcade.
Yo, we were in Dog Park or Dog Water originally. And then went to Kung Fu?
We were in Dogwater.
Okay.
And then we went over to Kung Fu something or the other, which is a dope thing.
Like arcade.
Yo,
it's
dope
nice.
nice.
Arcade. Music.
They're saying that
basketball, all that.
I think E said that there's stuff like that out here, which I've never been to, but like I think, which is the consensus across Texas, they have like good music, a bar, and an arcade, which I feel like not too many places have that besides like 75 Center or whatever, you know? So like, we go in there, we're chatting. I'm talking her up in Dogwater. We're like, yo, we're about to go over to Kung Fu. We get into Kung Fu, talking to her a little bit more, and now she's like becoming a little more distant, you know, where like she's not really glued to the hip with me as much. She's like talking to this guy. I'm playing it cool. I'm like, you know, all right.
Keep it player.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, you know, I'm gonna go let her do her thing. I start talking to other things too, and
I'm over here spanking cats in basketball.
Yeah,
he
was just playing basketball nonstop. Like the
I'm not gonna lie to you. Surprisingly, this one girl came out of nowhere.
I saw that.
Whooped me.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, she was cooking you.
Yeah,
bro.
she was cooking me. And she ain't, all right, calm down.
She was cooking you,
calm
bro.
Down.
She was cooking.
You're a little too excited.
You had that thing on lock until she walked out.
Like you sound like a real hater. Right now.
I'm not hating,
like
bro. You know,
you got real excited to say she cooked me, right? Be your own niggas. Not peeping, but go on.
Yeah, so like she's becoming a little bit more distant. She's saying hi to everyone, and I'm just like, all right, like, you know, it's cool. Like,
because every guy, first of all, I don't want to exactly speak for you, but every guy hates a friendly ass woman, bro.
Too friendly.
I hate
bro.
when I'm with a girl that knows everybody. Man at the bar. It's like, bro.
Right.
Like,
it's not even every bitch. It's always every nigga. Yeah. Like, it's never a situation.
She didn't know one woman in there. She knew every dude in there.
For sure, bro. And it's like, all right, you know, like I'm playing it cool. I'm just like, you know, let me not focus into this too much. Like, this is her hometown. Yeah. Like, I'm not really trying to, you know, dig too deep into this whole situation, right? So I'm vibing out. I'm doing my own thing. I'm talking to like other girls, and then out of nowhere, like, she brings over this African guy up to me, right?
Which I thought was I think is actually her man or her dude that she's messing with.
Right. So it was so weird because like I'm doing my thing, right? She'll pop in and out and like and then randomly she brings this guy over to like introduce him to me, and I'm like what's going on here? Like, why is it that why do you think this is okay? Yeah. Like, in what world, in what setting do you think it's okay to introduce the guy that you were just talking?
I told you when it happened, oh, you think I'm pussy.
Right.
My apologies.
Right.
I wasn't familiar with this.
Nah, for sure. Like, I'm like, yo, like, I feel like all of us felt the energy at that point, you know? Like, all
even
of us,
the dudes felt the energy, yo.
For sure. Like, he's in a situation he don't want to be in. We're in a situation we don't want to be in. Like, we're kind of like when you tell two kids to go play that don't know each other. We're just like,
man.
Hi, kind of situation, you know? So, all right, we're there. She brings him over where she introduces him to us, which is completely mind-boggling. She dips off with him for like for God knows how long, right? So once again, still vibing with you guys, doing my own thing. And then out of nowhere, like, I go to the bathroom, I come out, right? So I decide to, try to figure out, now the night is getting going on. I'm trying to figure out, like, where are we going? What are we doing for the night?
Am I getting the cheeks? What are we doing?
What are we doing tonight? But, like, I try to present it in a decent way. I think it was respectful.
Yeah.
I didn't go off, like, try to be, like, aggressive or anything like that.
I was peeping game, bro. Y'all, you held it, like, together. Like,
nah, for sure. So
you play that shit well.
Yeah, so I'm like, yo, like, what are we doing tonight, right? Yeah. So it's us on one table, it's her and the African dude on like in a section area, like in between the two tables kind of thing, right? And I go over, I'm like, hey, so what are we doing today? She lost it,
bro. What did she say?
It was
because he heard it. He was like right next to her when this whole thing happened.
My PTSD.
Right.
I'm in the army. I got PTSD. It's like, why y'all yelling?
Why are you yelling?
Right.
Who's yelling?
Mind you, I'm over here talking to the African. No, she's in between me and the African guy, and we're like exchanging words between each other where we have a mutual understanding that we don't want to do, like, we don't want this to go any further, right?
This ain't
While she is like egging it on and on and on. And
why are you yelling? You're so hostile.
You're so aggressive.
And like, this is like the perfect example to me where so many fights between dudes or like even murders are started between messy women. Because women
that don't know how to keep their mouth quiet, bro.
That guy had no issue with you. You had no issue with that guy. But there she goes, like, because obviously she was guilty of something.
No, for sure, bro.
Like, she was acting real suspect.
But in a situation like that, right? God forbid, right? Let's just say I'm the aggressor in this situation, which in her mind I was, right? But let's just say I'm the aggressor and I wasn't who I am, right? She says something to me that's disrespectful. I say something back to her that's disrespectful. Now he gets offended, right? He has to get in, and now he has to defend her. And now us two are arguing. And a guy argument between a girl is completely different than between a guy argument between another guy. So, like, we're going to fight depending where we are.
Like, me and dudes are there. So it's just like,
exactly.
We're obligated. It's like, exactly. I don't want to be a part of this.
His friend that has nothing to do with it gotta get snuffed by somebody.
Yeah, somebody got to get knocked out.
Right. Bro. Like, his boy had nothing to do with it.
Like, we got to give him the Naruto Sasuke combo. You feel me?
Like, bro, I'm sorry I got to do this, but I got to knock you out, bro. So, like, we're caught in this situation.
And I've been boxing, so I've been looking for a reason.
So we're in this situation in the middle of the fucking, like, not in the middle of everything, but like we're off in like this corner, like in this situation, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what is it that, like, do you guys think I did anything wrong? Like,
nah, not at all.
I don't believe so.
I thought that situation was handled like very well, very maturely on both ends. I think those guys did their like thing. We did our thing. Like, at the end of the day, bro, we're on vacation. You don't ever want to get arrested on vacation. You don't want to get arrested out of state. You feel me? That is such a bag of issues that you don't even
arrested or be in a hospital.
Yeah,
either one. So let's go back to this African dude. First of all, he did really well for someone who just had his chick introduce him to some random man.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. He did really well.
It's like,
he knew he was with a bird.
Right.
Yeah.
Mind you, I had this chick in the bag at the other spot. So like for her to like, it
switch
was
up like
definitely it was definitely at the point where like I'm almost sure that something would have populated or came about this situation, right?
Yeah.
So like for her to introduce her new nigga to a previous nigga is a wild scheme.
Current
or scheme, right? It's a wild scheme that like I don't understand, bro.
The audacity,
like I don't understand it. Like she almost wanted to safeguard it.
Fuck the audacity, the balls, bro. This woman had some fucking cojones. Holy
true. That's a good way to look at it.
Word.
Nah, for sure. It's like you
know what is what? You ever watch that movie How to Be a Player?
I did.
With Bill Bellamy, like this, like from the early '90s, and like all his women came to the same party, and he's just like finessing it. Like,
right.
I feel like she kind of tried.
She
to
tried
do
to,
it,
bro.
and it just didn't land.
She tried to make sure like I was okay if she went over to him, and he was okay if she went over to me, and it just didn't work out like that. And I feel like she was so tensed up because it is a fucking stressful situation to be caught like that.
Yeah.
That she was just like amplified. Like the whole situation was just amplified based off of what happened.
She was so on her guard, so on defense that like any little thing triggered her, and, which is what happened. Because like when you talk to him and she started like spazzing, like, yo, why are you being so aggressive? Like, it's like it didn't happen, but in her mind, she was so prepared for it to happen.
No,
that,
for
like,
sure.
She was just like trigger happy with like, her emotions.
Didn't you ask homie? You said, "Yo, am I yelling?"
Right? Like, yeah,
Am
that's
I
what I'm
yelling?
saying, bro. I've been thinking about it since then. Like, yo, was I in the wrong? Like, did I yell at her? Like, I did have some drinks in me. Am I bugging?
You ever been in a situation where like it's so crazy where it's like, yo, like, am I bugging? Am I the bugger?
Am I the one in the wrong?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It might be one of those situations where all your friends tell you no, but then you really were the one in the wrong. Whereas like the people on the opposite side,
I think
maybe.
everybody except for her was in agreement that nothing was popping off.
Yeah, because you're right. Because the African dude was like, "Yo, like, what's going on here?" Like, like it wasn't that bad, but then so that situation kind of exploded, and then turned into what it was.
Well, luckily, it didn't really turn into anything. Like, we just went our separate ways.
We went our separate ways. Went next door to
and
fucking
got the shittiest pizza of my fucking life. Yo, and I will stand on this, man. Connecticut has the best pizza in America, bro.
Right.
Austin pizza is terrible. Like,
I think pizza most places are fucking garbage.
Yo, they fed us leather.
Right. But we went to Chicago and I didn't really care for their pizza either. Their pizza was garbage to me.
I don't know too much about deep dish in Chicago or anything like that, but I do know that Austin, step your pizza game up. Cause your pizza's fucking trash.
Trash,
hands
bro.
down.
Shots
you
fired.
you probably have the trashiest pizza in America. Sorry.
So my pizza wasn't that bad, but whatever y'all got, that chicken, whatever it was, that junk was terrible.
It ruined my night.
Yeah.
I got mad. I just threw the crust.
I don't think there was never a situation where I couldn't finish my pizza. I didn't even finish. I took like 2 bites of my pizza and was fucking finished.
Yo,
and I was drunk at that.
Yeah. Yo, especially pizza tastes amazing when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Yo, so for you to have bad pizza when you're drunk, for you to even notice that pizza's bad when you're drunk, that speaks volumes. Bro, I told you, I was so mad. I think I took a couple bites. I threw the crust. That shit was so hard, it fucking boomerang back at me, hit me in the fucking chin. Like, horrible.
He said, hit the ricochet sound.
What, before we go on to the next city.
But then, hold on, before, the pizza was so garbage though. So these guys ended up like taking off it, or they called it a night after. I was like, nah, I gotta be outside.
We went to the hookah spot.
Nah, that was the first night? That wasn't the first night.
No, that was the first night. That was the first night.
This is the second night.
Okay.
So the second night you guys take off, I ended up going to the strip club.
Oh.
Las Chicas Bonitas. And Las Chicas Bonitas is Austin's, if you want a true strip club, Las Chicas Bonitas is Austin's true strip club.
Really?
Bro. True strip club. Like, it is so, the women in there are so bad. Like, it's like they
fucking. Like, what's bad? Like stripper bad or like just bad?
I think they're, that's a different. Because
I feel like in Connecticut they let anyone be a stripper.
Nah, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
You don't even have to be in shape.
Nah, for sure.
Like most of the time, you're gonna run into the B squad.
Yeah.
I would say that
on a Saturday night.
I would say that they are bad because there's this one I had that had like blonde hair and she was fire, bro. Like I typically, if you've been to the strip club with me, I'm not the one for like dances or to like throw money or any of that shit. Like I'll do it every once in a while, but like I'm not like I'm an avid strip club goer, but I'm an avid strip club tipper, right? Okay. So I'll get like drinks there and shit like that.
Worst customer.
I straight up tell them like, you are wasting time with me here. Like I've had that conversation. I swear to God, I've had that conversation with people where like, do not waste your time with me. Like I'm just here for the drinks. I want to look back and see some titties every now and then. But like the strippers there, bro. Like she kind of like coerced me into going to.
That's a strong word.
That's a strong word.
That's
but
the
like,
big C, possibly K. I don't know how you spell it.
Yeah. She did her thing. She did what strippers are supposed to do, and she made me want to go get a dance. And secondly, the dances are reasonably priced. Whereas like over here, when I say dance is like $80 or something like that, like over there, $25 is a dance. But then the difference is it's $25 per song. So if you don't pay attention, them songs fucking rack up. They rack up. Bro.
So if the girl is too fire.
Yo, can you touch them?
So wait, what were you gonna say?
I said, so if the song was too, if the dance was too fire,
bro, I was mesmerized, nigga. Bro, she said, I'm gonna tell you after, right? So we go inside the thing, and like Connecticut, like strip clubs are always different, you know, like I've been to strip clubs here, you can't touch them. I've been to strip clubs here where you can touch them. I've been to strip clubs here where they get naked, some don't get naked. I've been to Barbados strip clubs where like you can touch them, finger them, do whatever, like just damn near can't fuck them or do like anything like that. But like So I'm there. I'm like, what can I do, right? So then she was like I was like, can I? And like as I'm like grabbing her, or like air grabbing her titties, and she's like, yeah, and she like guides my hand to her fucking.
Oh, she guided you.
She
to the
guided my hand to the titties,
Ooh.
right? So I'm fucking playing with her titties and shit. She's doing everything right? Out of fucking nowhere, this bitch
stick a finger up your butt.
No. The next worst thing. Pulls my fucking dick out. Like in the open, bro. Like
wait, so this is on the floor?
Bro, no, this is in the fucking the private dance area.
Okay.
Yeah. So like
champagne room.
Huh?
Champagne room.
I champagne poppy chill out.
Nah, not the champagne room. They do it in the champagne room, but nah, we in like kind of like stalls, but like you can sit down in them. Okay. So like there's a guy right next to me, but like there's a barricade in between us. So like she fucking pulls my dick out, and all I'm thinking to myself is, this nigga across from me can see my whole schmeat right now.
He's looking at my pee-pee
right now, bro. And I'm like, yo, I told her like, yo, you got to get up and like dance backwards, right?
my pee-pee's touching
like
the
she
air.
had my whole shit, like she's on top of me and had my shit like out like towards the bottom of her.
Yo,
like,
so without asking you,
bro, no, didn't ask, bro.
So she just pulled.
She just went straight. I had like shorts on like these. Put my dick out. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? But she was amazing. She was amazing. It was like going back to the price, bro. So we're in there reviving and shit. After some point, like we're done. I'm like, and now it started to click. Like, how fucking long have I been in here, right?
Oh.
So like, she's like, 1 song, 2 song, 3 song, 4 song.
Wait, so $25 a pop?
25 a pop, bro.
That's $100.
$100. Fucking made me spend $100. Whereas in Connecticut, they are more strict about like, you know, how long you're in there. The girl is like, okay, your time is up, you got to be out, right, kind of thing. The price is higher. They'll let you rack it up. Like, right. They'll let you charge that shit up.
Obviously, it's to their benefit.
I guess the bonus is you got fondled.
Nah, for sure, bro.
I mean, you got jerked off for $100. I mean, that's a little pricey.
Yeah, and then it was Catalina.
Oh man!
You remember the stripper name?
Yeah, there was this one.
Oh, they got
Catalina,
you good.
Must have been bad.
Oh, you spun the block.
Huh?
You spun the block on the champagne room.
No, I sat down, bro. I sat down for a second, and then it was Catalina, bro. Catalina and her amigos did some things.
Hold on.
Amigas.
Hold on. I'm glad you caught.
Her amigas.
The amigos, what kind of operation you going to, buddy?
My boy. Catalina and her amigas did some things.
What's that? Chicks with dicks kind of strip club?
Nah, some things to me I would not speak of, bro. But she did her thing too, bro. Yeah, for sure.
So what? All right.
So once again, Connecticut strip clubs are shitty as fuck.
Connecticut can
bro,
never.
and I be telling them, bro.
Can never.
Bro, and I be telling them, like, whenever I go to, like, there's one in particular that I go to out here, and I be telling, like, the owner and the girls, like, the problem with you guys, like, they be like, oh, I'm not making money and whatever. And I'm like, yo, the problem with you is that you guys feel like any person that comes here is doing you a favor, right? Where you're here to work and you're supposed to be like getting a customer to like go back there and do the dances. Like that's ultimately your job. But like they feel like, nah, the moment you walk through the door, you're supposed to spend thousands of dollars on me. That's not how it works. Like so most of the time I go there with the intention like, okay, there may be one in there that I might, you know, go for. But like they just never get it out of me. And I tell them the conversation skills are, this chick did not speak a lick of English and got me to go back there. Bro, bro, we had communication barriers to the point where we had to use Google Translate at some points, right?
At a strip club?
At a strip club. In the middle on the floor doing Google Translate, right? Whereas these girls out here speak English and they do a worse job at communicating. And bro, I just don't get it.
And that's why body language is like the most important type of communication, man.
Bro, for sure. And she made it seem like she was actually enjoying it, bro. Like I thought I could have had it, bro. I tried to get the number.
That's like, I guess like what a good stripper is supposed to make you feel like, right?
No,
like,
for sure.
Like you got a chance of taking her home, right? Like she's really feeling me.
Right.
Like you don't want to be with a stripper or get a dance from a stripper and be like, damn, like she don't fuck with me.
Nah, for sure, bro. And I feel like that's a problem.
Like obviously, like you know what a strip club's for. Like you obviously you're not gonna really fall for like, the guys that they're trying to pull on you, right? Yeah. But it feels good to feel it.
Absolutely, bro. She made me feel like I'm not gonna lie, I fell for the guys. I thought I had it. Like I thought.
Oh, like even knowingly.
I thought that like she was. I could get the number.
I know she's trying to finesse me, but I feel like I passed.
For sure. I thought this was just for me. She only pulls my dick out. You know.
Until you looked over the next stall.
Nah, I ain't do that. I mean, I fucking kept a straight face on the way out. Nah, for sure. But nah, Austin. That's a wrap up, Austin. But Austin was definitely like a lit fucking time.
I mean, I think that's pretty much. I think the only other dope thing we did in Austin, which was right at the end, which I recommend, is going to the sign bar.
Yeah. That
little bar we hit at right at the end, yo, with all the signs on it. The last bar we went to.
We circled back. We had to fly out of Austin. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
sign bar.
I'm thinking of like that, like initially, but it's after, yeah.
No, I think it's a dope bar. I mean, we were there early and it was like pretty jumping.
Yeah, it was nice. It had like a whole little area, like a whole little get up.
Not only that, they had a whole bunch of like attractions. They had like big rocking chairs, and they had a whole bunch of shit that you can go and take pictures on and all that.
It's a vibe, yo. Austin, yo. So what would you rate Austin? 1 out of 10.
It's like a 9. I don't think it could. Man. I might have to give it a 10. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm giving Austin a 9.5 solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Austin 8.5.
8.5. What could have done better?
I'm not sure. I'm not, and my 8.5 isn't like to really downplay it at all. Like I feel like 10 is like life changing.
Nah, Austin was definitely set a standard, bro.
You said 10?
I'll say
you don't mean 10.
I don't mean 10, but because
I've seen you be at a 10.
You seen me at a 10?
I've seen you been to a 10.
Okay.
And I know that's not it. So
yeah. Austin deserves a 10.
I can see why it'd be a high rank for you because you haven't been where we've been. But you will soon.
Facts.
All right. So after
all
right.
2024, holla at me.
So after Austin, we went to Dallas.
Yep. So before we get to Dallas, I feel like the highways in fucking Texas are so massive, but then there's so much shit on the fucking highways. Like there's so much like clutter and garbage on the fucking highways.
You've got tires, you've got bags,
and they're straight as fuck. Like you don't turn.
Yeah, you go like you like look like 60 miles straight. Yo.
You understand Texas is not really a hilly state at all, so it's super duper flat. And you can see for 25 miles out.
Nah, for sure, bro. You drive 3. So we drove what 3 hours, 3:25
from Austin to Dallas. I think it was 3.5.
So we drive 3.5 hours and still was in Texas. Like that's how massive this shit is. Like,
Texas is huge
compared to like Connecticut. You drive 3 hours. You're
and
either
the thing is like when you're driving, like you're really not seeing much in between.
Right.
Like it's just really just flat land. Like, there's not like mini cities in between that we saw at least.
You see like a lot of farmland, a lot of.
We seen a whole bunch of Texas Wagyu.
Wagyu.
Oh, what's the thing that we you gotta try when you go to Texas? What's that the thing you told us to go to, the gas station?
It's Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is a little they got I thought they had some good jerky, some good nuts. Best jerky nut you get in Texas.
Not only that, the fucking the brisket sandwich
was pretty good.
I'm not gonna lie, they got them shits on a conveyor belt.
Yeah, the brisket sandwich was busting, bro.
They were straight.
I got mine for free.
Right. Oh, well, you got yours for free. I had to pay for mine.
I have this rule: if I eat it in the store, I don't have to pay for it.
He's got to be finessing the system at all times.
That's like going in the grocery store when you were a kid and grabbing a handful of those
grapes,
either grapes or candy. Remember the candy in the compartment? You can put them in the bag.
In the bag,
grab a handful and just
whatever happened to those? They even got them shit still.
Well, it's not sanitary.
They got wise.
Yeah, it's not exactly sanitary either.
Yeah.
Like how are we only making $3 profit off like 20 tons of candy? Something's not adding up.
Then you got little Johnny going in there grabbing a handful and throwing them in his pocket and shit. Like it's not exactly sanitary.
Throwing temper tantrums on the way out. But
all right, so now to Dallas. What y'all? Actually, before we really get into Dallas, let's give a big shout out to my boy KO who pulled up on us.
And Rick Gat too.
And Rick Gat, or Funk Ruler as he likes to be called now. So shout out to you guys for coming out and seeing us, showing us around.
No, for sure. Rick Gat definitely putting us out to like some dope areas, some dope spots.
Right.
Yeah.
So how'd y'all feel about Dallas?
All right. The hotel was amazing.
The hotel was amazing. We had a suite.
Worst bathroom ever.
Worst bathroom,
but the suite was amazing. The suite was amazing.
The bath, it was the pressure and the fucking
water
temperature.
Yo, I gotta say the water pressure in Texas overall was horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't take one amazing shower out there.
Right.
I like to feel like I'm like my skin is peeling. Yeah. And both the temperature and the pressure were both off.
No, the pressure was peeling your skin. The temperature was not.
No.
The
pressure. That was the last shower.
Okay.
Yeah. That last shower was like laser beams, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah. But the suite was amazing though. We basically had an apartment out there.
What's the area in Dallas that we went to? It's like the party area, but
East Ellum.
East Ellum.
Yeah,
Yes.
East Ellum.
Mm-hmm.
Is it East Ellum? I thought it was a Bellum. I thought it was a B.
Nope. East Ellum. Yep.
East
We
Ellum.
kept saying B, but it's E. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like Dallas wasn't that eventful for us.
Right. Yeah.
But to be fair, we went to Dallas like I think on a Monday, Tuesday, right?
Yeah. Monday, Tuesday. Right.
It wasn't that live.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
Like,
it wasn't. We didn't give Dallas its fair shot, but.
So I was under the impression that Dallas was super duper dangerous and you got to watch your step. And I think somebody used an analogy of The Walking Dead.
Right.
No, they said at night. It's at
night.
When nighttime hits Dallas, it looks like it's the I Am Legend.
Right.
Me personally, I felt super safe while I was there.
Yeah.
I felt super safe while I was there.
Yo, Dallas felt really kind of more business orientated to me. I feel like more of a business town. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't that much of a party town like Austin was.
No, for sure.
It seemed like Dallas is like where like if you're on your financial kind of stuff, like that's where you want to be at.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's more like upscale. It's more like you're not doing like ratchet parties like that. And once again, we don't know. We've been there for 2 days. We've been there on a Monday and Tuesday, so we don't know what's really going on like that. But it wasn't really like, the party like we
I'll tell you what though.
Anticipating.
The women in Dallas are fucking aggressive.
Right.
Aggressive.
Nah,
AF.
for sure, bro.
Like
they were pressing.
We got hit on hard.
Like, they will press
it
you.
was very flattering. I gotta say that. Like Dallas is a flattering town.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, we went to this party that Funk Ruler told us to go to.
Yeah.
And I'm literally sitting down, minding my business. This woman comes up to me, is like, yo, you're fine.
Really?
No, what'd she say?
Really? That's what she said?
She's like, nah, yo, you kind of fine. What's your Instagram?
What?
I was like, I don't got one. It's like, ma'am, eyes up here.
Right,
like,
nah. She walked and beeline straight to you, and I could tell that you were uncomfortable after that conversation for sure.
Took my mail a little
right?
bit,
Like, damn, girl, like, calm down a little bit. Get to know
even
my name.
My boy over here got rizzed up.
Like, what's my name? Like,
when we went to that spot, remember you walked in front of me, and then like some girl got my attention. Like, yo, what's up with your friend? He cute.
Right.
Oh yeah. What did they call that? A speakeasy? What did they call that?
I think it was a speakeasy.
It's a Parliament.
It was
Parliament.
Yeah,
that was a dope.
First of all,
real dope bar.
Parliament was a dope ass bar.
Good drinks. Real good.
No
drinks.
food.
Real
though.
good drinks. No food.
Yeah.
But the bartenders played their roles to the fucking T.
And it got packed in there. We were out there at that time too.
And it wasn't a huge bar at all.
No.
It wasn't a huge bar at all.
Yo, that was like I would say the nicer side of Dallas. So like that was. I feel like we were mad underdressed. To be
Nah, for sure. It was like it got to the, like I feel like it was like a more upscale bar, but then it also made me realize
I feel like that whole area was upscale.
That too, yeah.
Right.
But then also too, like it made me realize that we are gradually increasing on how much drinks are costing. Like
the drinks were a little pricier.
Like,
They were.
Yeah.
It got increasingly worse over time.
Since we talking about drinks, shout out to Lone Star because at the Parliament that was the first time I had a Lone Star. Decent tasting beer, pale ale. Decent tasting beer.
Okay.
And yeah, that was one of the first times that, like I said, one woman, I grabbed one woman's attention and she verbally expressed it.
She was like, "Yo, tell your friend he cute" or whatever.
I was
said.
pleasantly surprised.
Yo, and she was with a dude.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what made it crazy. She was with a guy, and I was like, "Oh, okay." He turned out to be gay. But it's cool. I was flattered. I was flattered to say the least.
Obviously, like it didn't go anywhere with any of us. But it is always flattering to get hit on by a woman.
1,000%.
Yo, like we're like up north. I feel like that's not the case at all.
No,
right.
Or maybe it is, and we're just ugly up here. I don't know.
I don't know. We're just regular niggas.
Yo, you ever think like, yo, what state would I do best in?
I'm not gonna lie. In Connecticut, I gotta be like a 5.56. But in Houston, I'm sorry. In Dallas, I had to be a 10. I had to be a 10 in Dallas.
Really?
Yeah.
I was a 10 in Dallas. Ain't no way.
Yo, what state do you think you like shine in?
Like state?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yo, judging by Houston, just by Texas, it's gotta be Texas.
Yo, I feel like this isn't a state. I feel like in Canada, I'd fucking kill it.
Really?
I don't know why, but I feel like in Canada,
that's where you're supposed to be.
Like Canada's be like, oh, he's that. Like he's him.
You think so? I feel like Canada got a lot of people that look like you. Like, how would you stand out though? Like Canada got a lot of like light skinned people, and like they're very diverse in Canada.
Really? Okay.
For sure. So like,
I don't know.
You got to be in a place where like you're different amongst the rest.
Okay, yeah, all right. Maybe somewhere in like the Midwest.
I was gonna say that, like somewhere in Midwest area for sure.
Yeah,
not too many black people.
Okay,
but I feel like if I had to put a place on it, I want to end it all in Ohio, so I'm gonna just randomly pick Ohio. Okay. Like that's what I'm gonna do.
But I ain't gonna lie, I'm fire as fucking Texas. Either way,
you got a lot of love in Texas.
I'm fire as fucking Texas.
Not word. But Dallas is cool. It was a cool, chill vibe, and I think it was like a good. I feel like we started off strong with Austin, and then we went to Dallas, and Dallas just didn't meet up to Austin's expectations or standards.
Facts.
So like,
big facts.
It was. And one thing I did notice though is that the wealth scale is completely different. Like in one portion of it, you're in like the place where they call the I Am Legend area, and then the next portion you got like Lamborghinis driving by, McLaren's driving by. Is really high class. So
Dallas is where the money's at.
Nah, for sure. So I mean, overall, East Ellum was cool. We went to that one club. I want to say it was called Priest or something like that. I don't know why I have it stuck in my name. It was a nice.
Yo, I gotta tell you what, the DJs in Texas, fire
body.
They know how to DJ,
bro. I'm afraid of going out to partying in the South because I feel the DJs never really hit like that.
Yeah.
No, but Texas, they had it, bro.
Yeah, in Texas, I sort of feel like as soon as we walked in, they catered to us heavy.
Really?
Bro.
You think so?
1,000%. Well, going back to
he's
Austin,
thinking he's a 10 in his head. So like, they really here for me.
They say, "Oh, dude's here. Let me."
DJ saw God mode and was like, "Let me turn the fuck up real quick." Like,
bring out my good records.
Yeah, bring out the good ones. Like, I mean, where my hard drive at? Plug that shit in real quick.
Yeah, you know what? One thing Dallas do got though is they got that loud.
Oh, the gas was crazy. It was petrol for sure.
That was fossil fuel.
Straight diesel, nigga.
Bro, yeah, that shit had me. We was smacked.
We were smacked on that shit.
He wasn't doing no smoking, but me and God Mode over here was high as fuck.
Nah, that wasn't for me. I could smell it, bro, for sure.
Right, so,
before we leave Priest, right? I feel like one thing Texas has amongst like everywhere else too, I feel like the women also enjoy themselves as well. So one, they're more aggressive where they will introduce themselves, but then also when they party, they're having a good time. Like they look like they're having fun. They're not like standing up on their phone or like secluded. Like they're actually like being very like.
Just remember something else. When we're at that club in Dallas, it's more titties.
Oh yeah, I was getting there, bro. I was getting there. They're actually having fun, right? Yeah. I turn around in fucking Priest and like this chick is shaking her ass, right? She's throwing her shit, bro. She's throwing her shit. But like so,
I was worried about her like pelvis area.
Hold on,
I don't think it could handle that much vibration.
Before I even get there, right? Let me set the scene of Priest. So you walk in, it's a typical Connecticut spot, right? Okay, it's like imagine you're in a club in Bridgeport, right? And we walk in and immediately I felt like this is not the place to be fucking around at. Like this is not the spot where like you want any problems at. So
you gotta be on your guard.
No, for sure, bro. So like we're in there, like, you know, people are having a good time. There's a black section and then there's like a Spanish section. Where the bathroom was right by the Spanish section, so we ended up right there. I'm turning around and I see this girl fucking throwing her ass something crazy, right? But I'm not trying to look too hard because I feel like I got some cartel niggas like right next to me, bro. Like these niggas definitely look like they straight out of the fucking cartel, right? So I'm looking around, she's throwing her ass. At some point, bro, her fucking dress comes up and she stops fixing it. So all the other times, like she's fixing her dress as like it's sliding up, she just said "fuck it" at this point.
I'm outside,
bro. Yeah. She just let that ass out, bro.
Not only did she let the ass out,
hold on. Go ahead.
The dress was around her neck,
right?
She was wearing her dress as a fucking necklace.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Like she at some
not
point,
in a strip club, guys. This is not a
regular club.
A regular club, bro. So she's throwing her fucking ass crazy. She, like he said, she fucking pulls the dress. At some point, she stops pulling it down and like starts pulling it up and like letting her ass show. Her friends are like egging her on, bro. At some point, I guess her friend like grabs her titties. She just whips them out, bro. Like broad daylight, well, nightlight. So you just whip some shits out and start showing her titties again. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like you could tell like this is like a stripper. Like she has to be sure, she has to be comfortable.
And this is exactly why I hate when my girl has girls' nights out. Like that is my biggest fear.
Right.
That was crazy.
Girls' nights get crazy for sure, bro. Yeah. And also one of my
that's like worst case scenario. Like
for real. Like but then like they get so caught up in the moment. Like we see what happened with Kiki. Like, you know, like where she gets caught up in the moment and then they just like start doing the most, right? So she gets caught up in the moment and she just fucking let loose, bro. And like
lets the moment
ass
take
out,
over.
titties out, like titties, no bra out, like just having fun. But overall, like I think that was our second to last night. We ended up meeting up with your boy the next day and then we ended up going out, but nothing really too much happened that night after that. But it was a good time though, for sure. Dallas was definitely a cool time.
So what would y'all rate Dallas?
Dallas got crazy. But overall, I'm giving Dallas a solid 7.5.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm giving Dallas like a 6.5.
Yeah, Dallas is a 6.5. But like we said, not a fair
rating,
right? Like we got to.
Right.
I think we got to revisit Dallas on the weekend. That we didn't give Dallas this like full due.
Can we give a shout out to Chiba Hut though?
Oh
Chiba
God,
Chiba Hut is
got
fucking
the sandwiches,
Chiba
the
Hut.
nachos.
Yeah.
Yo, Chiba Hut's nachos are fucking ridiculous.
Yo, Chiba Hut nachos are good.
Chiba Hut came through I think it was the White Widow. The White Widow sandwich from Chiba Hut. Yo, Chiba Hut, if you could see me right now, I fucks with you. You're fire as fuck.
You're right.
Sponsor us.
Not for sure. So we Chiba Hut is like, imagine like a Subway but more pot themed, and it has a bar inside.
Which pot is not legal in Texas.
Right, it's not legal.
Pot is not legal in Texas at all.
But it's like a pot themed Subway with a bar inside. It's nice, yo. I feel like most places, most bars had like a theme overall, whereas like you know, it wasn't just like a bar trying to present as a club. And they were free to get in. Connecticut, take notes.
Take notes for sure. Actually, there was a bunch of spots that were free to get in.
I feel like almost every spot I went to was free.
It was so crazy that the one time we felt a charge, we turned around.
Yeah,
there were two spots that charged us to get in.
Yeah, I remember like, yo, do y'all know where y'all at?
Right. Nah, for sure. But then I think the next day before we left, we ended up meeting up with Rick again, chopped it up, and then we ended up leaving.
So then we drove another 3.5 hours to Houston.
Houston.
How you feeling about Houston?
Oh, Houston.
All right. Before we get to Houston, the fucking hotels, you guys are fucking liars. You guys say you're downtown and you're not downtown. Somebody gotta be like, somebody gotta report these motherfuckers.
We're able to say we're
shit?
Downtown because we're a mile away.
Right.
Nah, bro. When I want downtown,
Like the center of that shit. Like, but nah, Houston was a vibe, bro.
Yo, first thing we did in Houston though was hit that turkey leg hut.
Turkey leg hut, yeah.
Bro, I've never been to a place like a TikTok viral place and like thought it was worth it. When I tell you the turkey leg hut like is not
that shit was life changing for this guy, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't fuck with turkey.
Nah, I don't like turkey
is
at
not
all,
for me. You feel me?
Listen, when I go to the Big E, I feel like turkey. I don't eat it because I feel like it's undercooked.
Okay, because it's red on the
because
inside.
It's pink as
pink.
fuck.
Yeah.
So pink. So and not as flavorful as I would want it to be.
Right.
But turkey leg hut, if you could see us right now, I just want to extend my thanks for letting me be a part of the experience. That turkey was so fucking delicious
and tender.
So tender.
Yeah.
And flavorful.
Yeah.
Yo, it had everything. Yo. It had everything that you could want.
And then they decided to fucking throw seafood mac and cheese on top of it.
Mac and cheese with crawfish?
Like,
who do you think you are?
Boy.
Whoever you think you are, I support it.
The boudin balls?
The boudin balls?
Oh, God, yeah.
Ooh. Boudin balls was smacking. What else did we get? We got the turkey, the legs, the boudin balls. We got something else. What was it?
Got rice.
We did get rice. We got beans as well. We got beans as well.
Beans was cool. Beans was cool.
Mm-hmm. Nah, bro, my only complaint is I think y'all putting fentanyl on the food.
Right. Yo, that turkey.
Bro, I never got hit with an itis so hard in my life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and the portions. Holy shit.
Yo, I'm going to tell you right now, we eat and we got one leg and split that shit.
And couldn't finish it.
We didn't finish it because we ate that shit later the next day.
We ate it in the morning, right? In the morning.
Yeah, we couldn't.
I gotta say, I think everything in Texas is like so filling. Yeah, I feel like I didn't experience hunger in Texas one time.
Well,
like, yo, every time I ate was just because, like, it's just something to do.
But then again,
every time I ate, it was because I was drinking so much, so I had to eat something.
But how much was that plate? Like $35 for that?
I feel like the turkey itself was $35.
It was $35, right? For the just the turkey itself with the mac and cheese, right?
Very well priced.
Backtracking a little bit, we went to this Asian spot that gave us like a big ass fucking platter.
Oh, we went to Chris and John.
No,
that was in Dallas.
That was in Dallas. Yep.
That was, shout out to Chris and John. That food, fire.
Yeah, that shit was good as fuck. But once again, they gave us a smorgasbord of like shit.
Reasonably priced. We ordered
bro.
the family platter.
But it's like $60. Right?
We could not finish that motherfucker at all, and the food was so fire it didn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, we had enough for that day and the next day.
Right.
But then for us fast tracking back to Houston now, I feel like they give you good enough food for like a reasonable price. Like they're not beating you over the head in the prices.
Right. Like, bottom line is, you go to Houston, like go to the turkey leg. Like that food's fucking amazing. I feel like it has like a kind of almost a New Orleans vibe to it in Houston. You know what I mean? Like just like the food. I don't. It's hard to explain. I just felt like they have a sprinkle of New Orleans in Houston.
Right. I can see that.
And we were actually told that Turkey Leg Hut was overrated.
By an idiot.
We were told that Turkey Leg Hut was overrated, but I'm so glad that we visited it. It don't make no fucking sense.
Yeah. Like, bro, I don't think I've ever had like that food that good, yo. Like that changed my life.
That shit was so good, bro.
Like, yo, I don't even want to have turkey like on Thanksgiving anymore if it's not from the Turkey Leg Hut. Like, like I don't know. Do they deliver? Like, do they ship?
Can they mail that shit to me? Probably, yo. Might be, but it probably gives you that New Orleans vibe because I think that guy was saying that a lot of people during Hurricane Katrina migrated over to Houston, and it's because it's the closest spot to Louisiana. But
so let's talk about what actually was stuffed. The turkey leg was stuffed with mac and cheese.
Crawfish mac and cheese. The
mac and cheese was stuffed with fucking crawfish. Fucking amazing. Who thought of this shit? Amazing.
Bro, they got Alfredo. They have Alfredo turkey leg. They got the mac and cheese turkey leg. They got a dirty rice turkey leg. Yeah. I think
I was trying to go back. They didn't want to go back. Like, I was like, yo, we couldn't go back.
It was too much food.
Yeah, it was too much food. We gotta hit this shit
back.
It was too much to spin the block, bro.
My only issue with Houston though is, and the issue isn't really with Houston itself. It's more like me because I'm just not wealthy enough. It's like the partying in Houston is way more upscale price wise.
It's the New York vibe.
Yeah. Like actually, I feel like Houston is actually more like Atlanta to me.
Okay. Like, I feel like Houston gives like Atlanta environment, but it has like that New York blueprint and like pricing and bottles and all of that shit. Like buying VIP. Like I feel like that's more like a New York thing where like you have to get bottles, like you have to get bottles, you have to get sections, you have to pay an entry fee, you have to, like it's all of this expensive pricing. Houston does, where it has Atlanta is in like black wealth, you know, where like there's a lot of wealthy black people or black people driving exotic cars and shit like that. So I feel like that's kind of like, and the women are fucking gorgeous, which both Houston and Atlanta got. Like,
yo, we went to that place where we played cornhole in Houston too. That place was fire.
Yeah, that place was nice.
And speaking of
it has like 3 floors.
We got to go back to Austin real quick. I'm the king of Austin when it comes to cornhole. If you want to play cornhole, fuck with me.
That ended in Houston, so let's.
In Houston, I got cooked by Ease. I ain't gonna lie. He cooked me bad. Yo, I had to bring that up one time.
And Houston is definitely a hookah type of city.
Yeah.
Like I feel like nowhere else in Texas, like there was.
We were looking for hookah and could not find it, bro.
Like you want hookah, you go to Houston.
Nah,
like that's, bro. I think they had that shit at like a car wash.
Yeah. I think that, but I like the fact that with now you reminded me about the hookah situation is like they have like the club times where clubs end at like 2:00, but then they have like the hookah bars and like the after hour spots where it's not really an after hours, it's considered a hookah lounge, which is bring your own beer, which is cool, dope as fuck, you know.
That's why I got hit on by that mom.
Oh yeah,
telling you, bro. Texan women, when they see something they want, they going for it.
Right.
The aggression is crazy.
Yeah, but like they have like
it was kind of funny. That was the night I was mad smacked, so I had to leave.
You had to go outside and get some fresh air.
Like I was fighting for my life,
and I could see this guy like shaking it off.
I'm like, yo, you ever be so fucked up? You try to meditate it out of you.
Yeah.
It's like, you got this. Come on, man. Like, you try to talk the liquor out of you. Like, come on, bro. You ain't that fucked up.
Pep talks is crazy.
That shit, it's worse because I feel like the liquor's just like sitting. It's not like digesting.
Like the food is so heavy in Texas, and like on top of the liquor and the hookah, I was just like, yo, my body just couldn't handle it.
Right.
Like,
that shit was like fighting back at some point. But I was saying that like the club scene is dope because like they have the regular club scene where you could go like party and then you could do like the hookah lounges after, which closes like I want to say like 4:00, which is not like an after hours, but it's like an after hours, you know, where you could sit down, chill, and you don't pay for fucking VIP, bro. Like, or to sit down. I feel like most places we went to the party, you can sit down and not have to pay an extra charge to sit down there.
True.
There was only one spot where like I think it was like the African spot that we went to where like they had like the tables separated by like who paid versus
but I gotta
like,
tell you,
who didn't.
That was like some of the best customer service I've ever gotten in a fucking club because we went to this club, I bought a hookah and I sat like in this reserved VIP section, right?
Yeah.
And we're chilling there for a minute. The bouncer comes up to me, he's like, yo, y'all can't sit here unless y'all like pay for the section. I'm like, bro, like, so what am I gonna do?
Right.
In Connecticut, they just tell you to fuck off.
Right.
Like,
Figure it
flat out. I don't give a fuck what you do.
Stand up and hold the shit.
Get the fuck out of here. When I tell you my mans went above and beyond to find me like a section for us to sit in, I was like shocked. Yo, and then like he actually like, we didn't buy the liquor from him, but he's like, yo, y'all, I got liquor y'all want to buy from me? Like, yo, I feel like I didn't get any bad customer service in Texas.
No,
like,
for sure,
like,
bro.
So y'all got that real like down south friendliness.
Let me throw a piggyback real quick. That's a little something I like to call Southern hospitality.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Connecticut, you could learn a thing or two because Connecticut could fucking never. Right. Southern hospitality. Yo, a little bit of hospitality goes a long way. You got somebody that got bread. I'll pay for my shit. I'm going to pay for more shit. Just show me some hospitality, bro. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Which reminds me of the fucking situation that we went to where, like, the people not being hospitable caused us to never want to go back there again. Like,
where?
In Connecticut. The spot in Bridgeport. Yeah,
fuck that place.
Yeah, it's like, yo, like, just being decent people, right? Where you could have accommodated us to the point where we would have been able to say, okay, let's spend more money there. We'll go back for more events. But like that right there is the reason why like a lot of places, businesses in this area like lose out, because I feel like one, the waiters aren't friendly, the owners aren't friendly, like the environment isn't friendly. So like, why would I want to go back there? You know? But
so I mean, any other highlights we did in Houston?
The bring your own beer was kind of different. Like that was dope though. Like they had like lit spots where you could bring your own liquor. Like you're not, they're not upcharging you.
Yo, Houston has a lot to see. Like we barely scratched the surface.
Yeah, barely.
And I had an amazing time. I mean, my only issue with Houston is, like I said, it's like really my own finances. Like I feel like in Houston, you gotta be a little more wealthy. Like if you really want to experience the full Houston, and that's just my perception of the couple days I was there. You feel me? Like I would give Houston like a 8.5 just because you need a little more money to really experience Houston compared to Austin. Yeah,
for sure. I think that's my issue. I will give it like about an 8 or 7.
Like we went to one place, like parking was $100.
Yeah, VIP parking.
We're calling it an early night.
Yeah.
Bro, they were charging.
I'm tired anyway.
They were charging $20 to. They were charging $20 to park in fucking Chili's parking lot. Like, which
if
was
you wanted
down
to
the
park
street.
in the club, it was $100.
Yeah, it was $100 for VIP and $60 for commoners parking. Whatever the fuck that means.
It was like once I saw the parking, I knew the entry fee was gonna be insane. I'm like, this ain't for me.
Yeah,
like I'm not well off enough in life.
Well,
so yeah.
Nah, Houston was dope though. I think it was good, but I think like you said, it's just like you got to be in a different like financial bracket. Yeah.
So, all right. So then from Houston,
the cheesecake.
Oh, we did have the best.
Oh my God!
You're right. Hold on. Before we go to San Antonio, we had the best Mexican food of our lives. In Houston.
In Houston, yeah.
Yo, the
Barrera
tacos, fire.
I think everything was fire.
No, that whole plate was fire.
Yeah, everything was fire.
Yo, I know we gotta post these pictures when we do this shit.
Yeah, everything was fire. But that fucking cheesecake was life changing. I've never had fried cheesecake in my life. And it gave you a massive fucking portion with a fucking slice of cheesecake inside of it. Like cheesecake was phenomenal, bro. Amazing. But now, all right, now San Antonio.
Houston.
Okay.
Houston, you get a 9.5. I fuck with you.
You fuck with Houston?
I fuck with Houston.
Houston's on par with Austin?
I mean, Houston get a 9.5, bro.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Yep. That's your
That's a fair rating.
You know, that's your world.
That's a fair rating.
All right. So after Houston, we went to San Antonio. It was
snooze fest.
So just to start off, right? So when you go to Austin, when you go to Dallas, when you go to Houston, you see these beautiful skylines. Like bunch of tall buildings. very modern. When you go to San Antonio,
you're like, where's the skyline?
Well, first of all, you just get a different experience. You're like,
right.
It's like you're in San Antonio, but in the back of your mind, it's like, did we get here?
Am I?
Like,
really,
this is the San Antonio that like the Spurs play at?
Right.
Yo, the GPS said you're arriving in 5 minutes or in 5 miles. I'm like, but where? Where am I arriving to? Like, did I put the right address in? Bro, it was saying it. There's no real skyline in San Antonio. Like the only.
Bro, I think there was like the Sky Needle building and like two tall
buildings. That's it.
Like San Antonio's flat as fuck.
Right. That shit is flat and bearing.
Yeah.
Nigga.
San Antonio, me and you got beef. When
My
we
guy was
arrived
disappointed.
I was disappointed to the highest extent. I've been hearing about San Antonio for 30 fucking years. And when we get there, it was a war zone. Traffic cones everywhere.
Yo, it was a modern warfare map.
Modern warfare map for sure. And I play Call of Duty for sure. Yo, San Antonio is not at all what I thought it was.
Buildings falling down.
From driving around.
Buildings
but we
falling
did go
down,
to that needle.
Yo, the I think it's the Sky Needle. I don't know what
it's called. Tower of Americas.
That was dope.
The Tower of Americas was dope, and I was able to see farther than the war zone that I was presented with when we were driving through.
It was still fucking flat, bro.
So it was very flat. And San Antonio's a huge city.
It's like when they built San Antonio, it's like, yo, we don't want anything above 30 feet.
Right.
We're gonna keep everything right here.
Somebody said, well, but we need it. We're a city. Okay, we'll give you one tall building. Like that's it.
Don't ask for more.
There were a shit ton of old people. Number one.
Yo, but I think San Antonio is where people from Texas go to retire.
That's what the lady said. Yeah,
that got to be a retirement town.
Yeah.
We even went to I'm gonna call it a beer museum that wasn't serving beer.
Right.
What?
Mind you, they had a once again following the theme of fucking San Antonio. They had a big gaping pothole in the parking lot.
Oh yeah,
with like 12 cones around it rather than.
And they had about 15,000 gallons of water in it as well.
Right.
Everything was under construction.
Bro,
I mean,
buildings are falling apart. Like literally, it looked like they had a war in fucking San Antonio. It looked like they're serving straight meth. They're not even smoking weed.
I gotta tell
San
you,
Antonio.
as a NBA fan, people talk shit about the San Antonio Spurs all the time, right? They just say they're a boring team, right?
Okay.
And I've really never understood because the Spurs are a good team. They just got the #1 draft pick. They got a great coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've won a lot of championships, right? But like, they just always just get like put in the back burner. Nobody really talks about San Antonio Spurs, right? And I'm like, I've always wondered like why? Like, why? How can a city with a professional team, a good professional team, just be like so right? And then you go to San Antonio. Like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Like,
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, like
bro.
San Antonio.
No. San Antonio doesn't deserve a professional basketball team. Dallas.
That's a big.
Dallas or Houston.
Well, they both got teams.
Oh really?
They do,
oh, that's crazy. I don't watch basketball. That's how you know I don't watch basketball.
You got the San Antonio Spurs, the Dallas Mavericks, and you got the Houston Rockets.
They should move the San Antonio Spurs to Austin.
Yeah,
I would say yes.
Yep.
Now you guys made it abundantly clear to me that the reason why that it probably looks like that was because this year they have the #1 draft pick for the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs have the #1 draft pick. Yeah. So they're probably doing construction so they can bring in more tourists.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, they look like they blew up the city though. They didn't have to go backwards to fix the city. Like they literally they was one point that we drove across where like there was the street was lifting and they had caution tape around it.
Yo, you said the funniest shit I ever heard in my life. What was that thing you said? It was like if we move to San Antonio?
If we move to San Antonio, hands down, we will be the littest niggas there. Right. San Antonio, I'm calling your bluff.
We'll be the only niggas there, bro.
We will be the littest niggas in San Antonio if we were to move there right now.
Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna get into it real quick. But all right, so it's not all shit in San Antonio, all right? Like a majority of it is when you first get there. But once you kind of
daylight San Antonio is complete dog shit.
It's not a city. Except the Riverwalk was good.
Yeah,
the Riverwalk was real beautiful. Right. My only complaint is like it's more of a family thing. Like if you're like on a guy trip, like I don't know if the Riverwalk's really like where you want to go. Right. I feel like San Antonio is definitely like has like touristy spots, but like for your family, for your girl, for your kids, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's the only thing like I would say. But we did end up like going up to a pretty nice bar right at the end. You missed that one because you called it a night early.
Oh yeah,
that was a nice little bar.
That was a great bar actually. And it was well diverse as well. You know what stood out from that bar was there were actual San Antonio artists with San Antonio music, and people dancing in the club.
Oh yeah,
this club was packed with people, and people were dancing,
bro. And it's
to
like
the songs.
Yo,
it
that's
was
all
ridiculous.
like local music because we try to Shazam the music.
Really?
Bro, when I tell you they play these songs, everyone started doing the same dance routine. We're like almost like it was a flash mob.
They were doing dance
we're
routines,
and we're like, yo, what's the name of it? Like Shazam doesn't have like this is like some true Texas music. Like this hasn't made it out of Texas.
Yet,
right? But everybody knew the words, and everybody was dancing to it in synchrony, bro.
Yeah,
in synchrony.
But I feel like the South is like that though, where like they pump their artists a lot more than like the North do. Like they actually like their vibe down there. Like you'll go down south and like whether it be Atlanta, Louisiana, or like wherever you go, pretty much down south. You'll listen to like you'll go in a club and like they'll be playing music and you'll be like, yo, who the fuck is this? But like everyone knows it and they're rocking it. The cars are playing it and like they're reciting it as if it's like a fucking radio hit, right? But then like it just hasn't made waves like outside of it, you know? So it doesn't surprise me that like that shit was like that in San Antonio. Which I don't know, why don't we support our musicians more? Like,
I don't know. That's a
for us to be such
topic for another conversation. I think.
For us to be such a small state, we see a bunch of rappers. Hell, we can name a couple.
I mean, we've had a bunch here,
right.
a bunch of good ones here.
And none of them, like, they're not, the DJs aren't playing them in the clubs or the parties.
I mean, but it might just be like certain politics that we're not even aware of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so what would you guys rate San Antonio?
I mean, I can't give it a fair rating.
I'm gonna give San Antonio a solid 6.5.
Okay.
Solid 6.5.
The problem was
only because of my last night.
My problem with San Antonio was the fact that like it was really hot that day. I was exhausted. I think we didn't drink any water, so I was like drained. Right, I'm like I had to take a seat, and then I eventually just called it a night. So based off of my experience, which isn't a fair judgment, I'm probably gonna give it like a 4 or 5.
Oh damn!
Yeah, like a 4 or 5.
I'm actually gonna give San Antonio. I'll give it like a 6.5/7 because I see the potential in San Antonio, and I'm giving it a higher rating than Dallas because I feel like I did actually have a better time in San. I don't know, it's kind of hard because Dallas, I think I had a good time because I got to see like certain friends I haven't seen in a couple of years. You know what I mean? So I think that made it a lot funnier than it could have been. Like, I don't think if I saw our friends there, I don't think I would have actually had that much of a good time in Dallas. You know
I feel like maybe they need to combine like Dallas and San Antonio's like lifestyle. So like where the daytime is nice and there's still stuff to do, but then in the nighttime, there's parties and stuff to do also. Okay. You know, like I feel like they just have like they're complete opposite sides of the spectrum. You know, where like Dallas is more for the day based off of what we saw on a Monday and a Tuesday. Is more like lively during the day, whereas Austin is more lively during the nighttime. You know,
right?
All right.
Well, San Antonio. When I first got to you, I was utterly disappointed.
You were disgusted.
Yeah, he was so
utterly disgusted.
Yo, he had to call his girl and tell her like this shit is horrible.
I told my girl that San Antonio was trash.
Right.
But that last night was fire. I said, your unity is ridiculous. I could never. Connecticut can never. Connecticut can never have the unity that San Antonio has.
For sure.
So that was our last city that we visited. Then we went back to Austin for like half a day, and then went back to the state, our state. So overall, man, what would y'all rate Texas as a whole, and would you go back?
I was standing strong on Texas as a 10.
10?
They probably it got knocked down to 0.5 because of what's the name, Dallas and San Antonio.
Okay,
maybe 9.5.
Texas, if you're listening to me, and I know you are. You're a 9.5 solid, and I will visit you time and time again.
Time and time again.
There is not a Texas trip from my friends that I would ever miss. Texas, you're a 9.5. I'll take it any day.
I could definitely see a Texas trip in the future.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. So I would give the overall Texas a 9 as a state. I feel like there's not too many states that has that many big cities that you can visit. I think that's one unique thing that Texas has going on. You know what I mean? I feel like most states usually just have that one city that you go to. And then there's nothing outside of that. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, New York has New York City, right? Like,
I mean, but then they have boroughs, so then you could go. Like, would you consider the boroughs different cities?
No,
you have New York City, but then you have the Bronx.
But the
you
boroughs
have
are
Brooklyn.
part of New York City.
That's what I'm saying. So like you could classify it all together.
No,
but then
I'm saying, but like it's really, but it's just one city, right?
Yeah,
like,
I get it. I get it. I mean, we look at New York City. I mean, I look at New York City as like it's completely separate from like New York.
I don't fuck with New York.
What's your problem?
What's my problem?
Yeah.
I'm just
making a fucking good point here. What are you doing to me?
I'm not doing anything.
You're just picking at my point. You're not even adding or taking away from it. Like you're just going over it.
I'm just
Anyways.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
He does this to me. I don't know what he gains out of this.
I'm just giving my perspective, my perspective. That's it.
Did you ask for it?
I'm sorry?
Did you ask for his perspective at that time?
No, I never asked for it, no.
Okay. All right.
Podcasters do what podcasters do. So,
anyways, like I said, not too many states have big cities like that. Actually, I can only think
Florida.
of Florida. I can only say Florida. But Florida, they're even farther because Florida's so fucking long. You can't really because in Texas we pretty much did a loop.
Right.
But yeah, all right. So if you could only go back to one of the cities, like for the rest of the time in Texas, which city would it be?
Austin.
Austin.
I'm going to Houston.
You going to Houston?
I'm going to Houston, yes.
Okay. Man, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's definitely between Austin and Houston.
I feel like Houston is more for us, but I think I think Houston is more for us. So like I could see why you would do Houston.
I think I'd do Austin, man. I think I don't know. I'm really torn, man. I can't pick, yo. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I think
I'm undecided. I'll say that it's definitely out of the two.
I think living wise, I would probably pick Austin
to live in,
and to visit and to go back to. If I had to choose, it would be Austin.
I can see that.
Yeah. But before we end, where's the next trip to? Where are we doing this for the next one?
Our next trip, I don't know. What y'all got in mind?
Hey, listen.
We gotta get this guy to Mardi Gras.
We gotta go to Louisiana one time. I know y'all been there a bunch of times, but I gotta get there.
All right, I was gonna take next year off, but just because you haven't been, if you go, I'm gonna go.
I will go.
Okay.
I will go.
All right then. Y'all heard it here.
He's going to Louisiana.
I'm only going if he's going. Because he did the craziest shit that I've never actually seen somebody do.
Never. I've never seen somebody do this.
This guy paid for the flight and just canceled the trip.
Hey, listen.
Non-refundable flight at that.
Hey, I mean,
things happen.
It's taking accountability. You know what I'm saying? I paid for it. I said I would be there, but I can't get my money back. It is what it is.
Life happens.
Life happens. Yes.
I've never actually seen somebody do that.
Right. Yeah, I gotta see
this shit.
And
hopefully never see it again.
Yo, to be honest, I like to forget about it. Like if I paid for it and I can't get my money back, well, fuck it, it's gone.
My bad for bringing it back. But, bro, before we wrap this up, I just want to say, y'all, thank y'all for coming, man, making this trip like as good as it can be.
Right, for
like,
sure.
yo, it was honestly no real issues minus him.
Right.
I mean, consideration isn't a thing amongst friends, It's just like some people. Man.
We're in a room with three guys. This guy wants us to like be as quiet as mice when he's sleeping. But mind you, he turns his fucking phone on every night
and listens to a podcast
as he sleeps and just keeps it on.
These guys are fucking napaholics. They sleep at any chance, bro. They sit down for 2 minutes and they're snoring. Like their car rides, they snore. They fucking go to the hotel for 2 seconds, they're sleeping. So I cannot nap.
Listen.
So I wanted to take a nap because I didn't get good sleep the night before.
It was all the fentanyl in the food.
The one time, bro, the one time I wanted to sleep, this motherfucker got his shit connected to a Bluetooth speaker and playing TikTok videos. This motherfucker over here got fucking laryngitis, coughing up a storm, bro.
Whooping cough.
He got a collapsed lung, bro.
First of all, not only am I the oldest, but I'm a third shifter, so I can sleep whenever the fuck I want to.
I can't. I don't have that, bro. I don't have that luxury, bro. I can't.
I sleep like a narcoleptic,
bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. They touch a seat, they're sleeping, bro. And I'm not kidding. Both of them.
Listen, it's a gift. It's really a gift, though. It's a gift.
There's a saying that we live by. It's get it in where you can fit it in, my boy.
And literally, they literally would get it in where they can fit it in. Like I'm not exaggerating. Not to drag this out, but yo, these guys sleep at the fucking drop of a dime. Like they hit a seat, and I'm surprised they're not sleeping now. Like I'm surprised they're fucking awake right now. So I get to the hotel and I'm like, I give them a warning, like, guys, I'm fucking exhausted. I'm gonna try to take a nap.
We're all exhausted, by the way.
We're all exhausted,
yes.
I guess somehow exhausted more than others because this one over here fucking playing his phone mad loud, and this guy can't sleep because he got fucking whooping cough. Like,
first of all, the gas was gassing for sure.
He wasn't even smoking. This guy,
but see, that's how you know it was gas. I was coughing You know, an hour after I hit this shit,
bro. I'm talking about not I'm talking about clearing everything from his fucking
we were concerned,
airway, bro. Non-stop. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is? It got to the point where I had to say something. I had to say something.
Road Dogg, if you watching, it was the gas. It was the gas.
Yo, it was bad, and then they got on me because I decided to point.
Yo, but here's the thing, right? Sometimes you don't really notice how audacious or rude someone else is being until they point it out at you, right? Because then now you're now it's on your radar. Cause all right, bet you gonna point some stuff about me. Let me pay attention to you real quick, right? not even you gonna point it out about me. Let me see what I can do to change it. But I'm gonna point the finger right back. I'm gonna justify my actions by the shit that you do to me. Before I was that guy easy, I was King Petty Ease. Right? Okay. And that shit's still in me. All right.
Yo, this guy has the loudest ringtone that you would ever hear in your life. And he does not have a down button on his iPhone.
Bro, you're talking about shit from 3 years ago. That's not even me.
I'm talking about shit from the hotel room last week.
Bro, my ringer. When did my ringer go? Who the fuck is calling?
So we're not going to talk about the ringer, but we're going to talk about the videos, though. Bro, your TikTok videos are louder than ever.
First things first, I don't be on TikTok like that. It's Instagram that it be loud as fuck. And what I do immediately, what I do as common courtesy, I say, shit, let me turn it down.
Well, you know what me and Ease did? We immediately toned it down. And I even calmed down my insults. I want to wake up and see somebody up and say, yo, bruh, go brush your teeth, stink breath. Yeah. But I can't because A1, the sauce god, he can't sleep through a pin drop.
There's decency. There's common courtesy.
Yo, the crazy shit is he had the single beds. You had the best beds in the whole trip.
I'm the fattest nigga, bro. I gotta sleep by myself.
You guys were
more than welcome to sleep with me.
Bro. No, I'm gonna wake up with you I'm fucking top of me, bro. You ever watch that shit?
If you find a leg on top of you,
you ever watch that shit Family Guy when Peter just rolls over Lois?
Oh yeah.
Bro,
you could have slept with me. I opened it up. You chose to not sleep with me.
Nah, but you knew damn well what you were doing when you said it.
I chose not to for your comfort. Yeah, see, this is me looking out for you,
and I love that for you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I love that, bro. I definitely appreciate that. You know, some other people could take notes and in consideration.
What you mean, other people? I didn't sleep. You got
consideration, you know, turning the phone down, making sure that they're not on phone calls.
He got the best bed situation.
Not only that,
every hotel.
In the suite, he had the bedroom.
Yeah.
In the suite, he had the bedroom with the door closed. On top of that.
For good reason, bro. This guy on trips wakes up at the crack of dawn, at the fucking wee hours in the morning, and then continues on his day.
Well, hold on. Let me add lib on that. This motherfucker went to Planet Fitness on vacation.
For real. He went to the fucking. He just gotta do shit. he just has to do shit
real quick. When I'm on vacation, I can't waste time. I gotta do.
He has to do something, bro. And the thing he doesn't wake up let me be up. He gets up. He fucking gets dressed, opens up the blinds, takes a phone call. It's a whole thing, bro. I'm up, so y'all motherfuckers gotta get up too.
I wouldn't say all that. I don't wake y'all up. If y'all choose to wake up, that's on y'all.
All right,
that's fair. Okay. But you are a notoriously light sleeper.
I am a very light sleeper, bro. I wake up at a pin drop and loud phones and coughing.
Yeah, that's a personal issue.
That's a big fact. That's a big fact.
But yo, other than that, I mean, like I say, successful guy trip, yo.
Yeah,
no
1,000%.
No issues, no beef, no fighting over the check. Who's paying what? We all came back friends.
Yo, I feel the money situation worked out perfectly. We paid, split it, no questions asked.
Actually, one more thing. Fuck Logan Airport in Boston. That is the worst airport I've ever been to.
Yeah, sure.
Y'all are so poorly ran, yo.
Everything. Yeah. From the parking to the fucking lines.
Bro,
the lines were
even
disgusting.
The freaking flight attendants were kind of rude when they were checking our shits. And they're not helpful at all.
Bro, and it makes sense on this is bad, but this makes sense on why that was the place where the fucking 9/11 happened. Where the planes flew from. Flew out of.
That's where they flew out of?
They flew out of Boston.
Oh, shit.
One of the planes flew out of Boston.
Okay, that was real dark.
That was terrible.
We'll end on that.
I thought about that the moment I fucking got in the airport. I'm like, if I'm not mistaken, this is
I gotta Google that. I don't know about
Google
that.
it.
All right.
Where did the
I'm glad
fly
you
about-
didn't tell me. I'm glad you waited until now to tell
Yeah,
me.
I waited till after. I for sure. 'Cause I was definitely thinking it. Like, why do you think I was so paranoid about the fucking flight the entire time?
Wow, it makes total sense.
Yeah, but you're always
Yeah.
paranoid on a flight.
Yeah, for sure.
But anything else about Texas? You wanna mention?
Texas, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Minus San Antonio, get that shit fixed because I had a perception of you that I thought San Antonio was gonna be so fire, and I was so let down. But if you fix that, you're gonna be a perfect 10, mama.
Get some height to y'all. Get some height to y'all buildings, man.
For
Like,
real, man. Make it a city.
Weird.
You know, like until then, just push out the old people. Like, do something, bro. Fix the roads.
But anything for you?
That's it, man. I'm just looking forward to the next trip.
Yeah. The overall Texas was great to us. Really nothing negative to say, honestly. Like, as bad as like San Antonio might have been, like it was still better than day Connecticut.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Absolutely.
Because Connecticut could never.
Absolutely.
Well, and then on that, Dudes, thanks for coming on. Man.
Thank
It's been
you,
a
bro.
while.
Thanks for
Gotta
having
have you
me.
again on soon. Always a pleasure.
Yo,
Always
you
great
come
time.
back up here, man. Like,
Yeah.
don't
Hey,
wait so
listen.
long the next time.
My phone is open. I mean, it's just a matter of time. I'm a third shifter, baby.
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
On that note, we are off. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button, drop a comment, share, help us out, help us grow, help the podcast out, and we'll see you next episode.
Later.
Niggas won't take my soul. Yeah. All of these haters, they all on my body. I'm shaking them off. Yeah. They want my life, they don't know what it costs. I'm just a nigga who came from